So if we look at your setup, as we said, the first thing we want to make sure is that the feet, if we can help it, are a little bit more neutral, as you can see on the right-hand side one now. They're a little bit more square to target, okay? And we are certainly close to the golf ball, okay? But it's making sure you go through that sequence. The club goes down first, then you put your hand on the club, and then after that you set your feet, okay? If you can go through that sequence, you'll find you set to the golf ball the same or very, very similar every single time. And that's for every shot in golf, from a 3-wood tee shot, whatever, to a 7-iron, to a chip, to a tap-in putt from 3 foot. It's the same sequence, same pros. And the more you do that, the more consistent your setup's going to be, and you'll then just start doing it without even thinking about it. It won't be sort of like, I got to put the club first, then grip, and then my feet, okay? It'll just become a natural thing. And like I say, when you bring that foot a little bit closer, you can also see now the gap between your hands and your arms now. It's got a lot closer on the right-hand side. Your arms are certainly hanging down more from the shoulders. There's less of that sort of, your club and the hands are almost in a straight line now. And that, for me, is sort of creating tension in your forearms as you lift your arms up. It rounds off your shoulders. It puts tension in the back of your shoulder blades. And again, reaching the golf ball then is always very tricky. And that was the reason why when you were playing your pitch shots, you stood more in this position because you felt pitch shot seems closer and shorter shots. You struck it more efficiently, so it went further than some of your full 7-irons where you're catching, as we said, right on the end of the club. We come back to the golf ball now. You can see that club's sort of going to curve in there. It's catching right off the inside, the club, this side of the golf ball, catching the toe end of the club. You might get the old one sort of shoot off to the right there. Even if you do catch most of the club face off the toe part of the club, the end part of the club, there's no power there. It's a very inefficient way of hitting the golf ball. You're going to lose this, like a dead strike really. So you're going to lose a lot of distance with that as a result compared to your 7-iron when you're a little bit closer. You see that club face now tracking into that golf ball. That's going to pretty much middle of the golf ball, right in the middle of the club face, okay? And that's going to give you the distance you're getting. And then with your 3-wood, you had a couple there almost over 100 yards there plus. And that's been no run, that's carrying over 100 yards as well. So go through that sequence, get yourself set up better, club down first, then grip, and then get your feet. And again, try to let those arms hang down, relax on the shoulders. As a checkpoint, as we said, when you're setting up the golf ball, if you just let your right arm just hang from the shoulders, it will pretty much hang where the club is. If your arms are up here and the club therefore is out here, then let your arm hang. Oh, hang on, the arm's in. I'll let them miles away from the golf club, and that's where your arms are going to want to return back to. That's their most efficient and most comfortable position to get into, rather than trying to reach out there somewhere. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.